Hello everyone. Welcome back to Planet Crafter episode 11. So far I am still working on the lake base and it's proceeding pretty well in that with all the stuff that I am doing right now. And yeah, let's just take a quick look inside. Because upstairs is all my food growing stuff and my mostly the plant and bio based stuff is going to be upstairs. And here I have all the food growers in it with mushrooms, squash, and eggplant growing constantly, because I am definitely going to need a lot of that, even though it's not ready. And, yeah. Let me just get a little water in me for right now. And I will just go outside and check out some of these unlockables that are starting soon. So tier 4 heater has a little ways to go. Nuclear fusion, that's going to be the next big one. Tier 3 ore extraction, and then super alloy is going to be the next thing that's going to unlock. So right now my power grid absolutely needs a little bit of little more oomph to it. So after I'm done just checking out some of these, I guess my next step is going to be to gather materials now for a tier 2 nuclear reactor. So definitely needs 3 uranium rods, and I have quite a bit. So let me just organize some of this stuff first and then start making uranium rods that I need. And I should have enough for one more. Yep. Perfect. That definitely works out in my favor. Water's not really an issue. I have plenty of water. And I just need a super alloy, which hopefully I have one. Alright, I guess I'll start making one. I'll get the magnesium, silicone I already have, and I have no iron or titanium. Well, I guess this would be the perfect time to go to the aluminum field and see what I can get my little hands on. So terraforming's coming along just fine on here. I mean, the planet's looking a lot greener and there's more grass. Good, this extractor has some aluminum and some titanium and iron. And I'll just pick up some other stuff. And once I'm done with this, I'll make it, and then I can definitely get started on some of the other projects that I have. So let me make a super alloy real quick and then get the uranium rods. And I'll have to go get some bottles of water. Hopefully I have enough in here. Perfect. And we'll just go over to this platform and build another tier 2 nuclear reactor. And the super alloy rod just unlocked, which is great. So I'm just getting rid of the tier 1 nuclear reactors and swapping them out for tier 2. And this looks a little awkward, so let me just get these items that fell down. Especially this uranium rod, because they are too useful not to waste. And shoot. Alright, let me empty out some of my inventory. That way I can deconstruct that nuclear reactor, rebuild the foundation, and then put it back. So let me just dump my inventory for right now. Yeah, that should give me enough room. And I already have the iron that I need, so that's perfect. Okay. Now let me get back here, deconstruct this, build the foundation properly, and then reconstruct it. And also let me get these items that fell when I deconstructed the tier 1 nuclear reactor. Alright, so we foundation on. There you go. And I'll just rebuild this one. Perfect. Alright, now since super alloy unlocked, let me see what those requirements are to build one. Because at this point, from my previous playthrough and that, I didn't make it to super alloy yet. So 8 super alloy and 1 aluminum. Okay. That's quite a tall tale, but it's okay. And what the hell's going on outside? Why is this sky purple now? Is something about to happen? Oh, what the hell's... Okay. Alright, so it's just an atmosphere effect. I thought I was gonna have to deal with another meteor shower or something. Okay. So, let me just make a few... So... Yeah, this is kind of creepy. But, alright, let me get some water. And, I went to aluminum field extractor. Let me go to iridium cave extractor. See if I can pull some materials in that, because, I definitely want to make one of these super alloy rods. But I need a shit ton of, super alloy. So, let me just cherry pick some of this stuff. And a new message. Okay. I wonder what it is. Alright, let's see. Message from Riley. I've conducted deep scan of the planet. Something is off. I'm getting strange geological signatures and incoherent topographical data near your location. Try to get to this place. Negative 248.42.93. Use the bottom left corner of your interface to find your way around. Okay. Alright, so actually, if I remember right, I actually was at that location already in that. I think. But hey. Let me just continue making these 8 super alloys so I can combine them with an aluminum to make a super alloy rod. Because if I remember right, I need a super alloy rod to build a tier 2 mining extractor anyway. And I could use the mining extractor for the osmium cave. Because you need tier 2 for osmium. So it's just going to be a boring back and forth for right now, gathering materials. Luckily I can travel a lot faster because of the jetpack, which is a great help to me. And I just want to make sure I have enough room because sometimes I will go to these and I don't, and I'll just pick up some stuff I'm low on, like the titanium and iron. Also, let me just go and check out over here, because I rarely farm over here until now. Okay, and can I just get like 1 or 2 iron out here? There's some. Perfect. Yeah, mainly it's just it's usually just iron, titanium, and a little silicone is what I need. But yep, I'll make the tier 2 mining extractor. And let's just go underwater real quick. Check out some of the resources there. Not too many because I farmed it out, which is okay. So hopefully this is enough, I think. Alright, I think I have enough super alloys now. Actually, I just need 1 more. Or, nope, I had enough. Perfect. So I need 2 iridium rods and 3 osmium shards, which that's not an issue. Okay. So finally I can start mining the osmium. And of course it has to be in the dark. Go figure. That sounds like a super alloy shower. Okay, I'm just gonna stay in here. Yeah, those repeated impacts, that definitely sounds like a super alloy meteor shower. Yep, that's what it is. Wow, I barely missed being in the middle of that. Yeah, sometimes the planet will try to kill me. Whatever. I'm used to it. Okay, got this one up. And it is mining for osmium. Perfect. Yeah, osmium is going to be something that I'm going to need for the more advanced technology upgrades, so might as well start mining for it now. And oh boy. Hopefully this super alloy shower is over. Yeah. Okay, good. It is. Yeah, so the osmium is gonna help me in that because I want to build more of these tier 4 drills. So it will just work out a lot better that way. And I will definitely need to make more tier 4 super alloys in that anyway. But for right now, actually, let me check in here for zeolite and some other stuff. Definitely the zeolite, though. I want to pick up as many as I can. And I see one. Here's one. And there's another one. Perfect. And I'll just pick up some other stuff for super alloys. Because if I remember right, tier 4 drills are 3 super alloy and 6 osmium, or 3 osmium. I forget. So let me just break down everything that I need. And let me go to the osmium cave to see if that mining extractor actually mined out some osmium. Oh, okay, it was 6 super alloys, 3 osmium. My mistake. Alright, let's see how this mining extractor is going. Do you have any osmium for me? Well, one is better than nothing. Okay. And let me just go up here. Sometimes there's some osmium here. Alright, there's just one osmium, which it's perfectly fine for me. And I'll just have to gather up a lot of random resources so I can make the super alloys real quick. Now, this area, like, I lightly scavenged before, but now, like, now I'm really starting to gather the materials. And honestly, the foundation's not right just yet, but doesn't that look like really cool though? With how it's just sitting on the lake like that from my main base. Okay. Let me start doing this real quick. And go figure, I only have enough for... I barely have enough for 2. And I can only build 1. Alright. I have enough osmium in there. Now I just have to make 5 more super alloys. Which can be a pain, but hey, it is what it is. So, let me go into water and check the lake area for some missed resources and that, and see what I can do. Oh good. There's still some down here. That's useful. And even down here now you can see a lot of the corals coming up, in that certain plants are coming up. So yeah, terraforming is little by little increasing in that, which is always a good thing. Alright, so let me just do this boring stuff and gathering this material for more super alloy. And slowly but surely make it. I just need a few more things for 2 more super alloys. So let me just check around here and see what I can get my little hands on. Now, the only thing I don't really need that I have plenty of is aluminum, but everything else, it's just, yeah, I'm running low on everything else, so. And Tier 2 flower spreader has unlocked. Okay. So after I build another Tier 4 drill, I'll probably probably I'll plan for a Tier 2 flower spreader. But first things first, the drill is definitely going to be the first thing, because that will make my terraforming just jump. So okay, now I have enough. Let me get the 2 super alloys from up here and finally build that drill. And I know on the power grid I have plenty of power because I just built a Tier 2 nuclear reactor, so let me deconstruct some of these so when I put this down I get the optimization bonus. And gather all this stuff up so I can make some super alloys out of it. Okay, that drill is active on the optimizer. And now my terraforming index numbers will start to increase. Let's see. 2 super alloys and 2 waters and 2 fertilizers. Okay. That sounds pretty simple and straightforward. So at least it's just tier 1 fertilizer, so I just forget how to make it. 3 algae, 1 sulfur, 2 eggplant. Okay. Well, I have plenty of algae, I got the sulfur, and I got the eggplant. Perfect. Now let me just eat some squash because my food was getting a little low. And yeah, let me just do some organization in that. And probably build a locker for the zeolite. Because I definitely need another one for organization. Okay, and oh, what the hell is going on? Alright, it's just your normal meteor shower. Well, at least that's something I can enjoy. These actually never get old watching them, so I'll just make sure one's not too close to hitting me. That's all. Okay. Let me just check the resources in here. Yep, normal meteor shower, nothing special. And I think it's just these three. Okay. Perfect. So I'll just pick up this. I'll just pick up these materials from the random meteor strikes then. Only because I am definitely going to be needing it to build more and more and more super alloy. So, alright, I still got some room. Let me get a few more things. And then I'll just dump this off and I'll check the aluminum field mining extractor. And I'll see what's in there and come back and make some super alloys. Because I'll need 2 of them for the flower spreader tier 2. Since I'm a little hell-bent on making that now, yeah, the cobalt will work. Okay. So hopefully I have enough just to make 2 super alloys. Or more. Okay, I just had enough for 2. Perfect. Or actually, let me build 2. Let me make a few more super alloys. Alright, I already have 2 magnesiums. Which is okay. Let's see. Alright, perfect. So I'll make 2 tier 2 flower spreaders. Let me just get the water and then let me get going on making the fertilizer for it. Alright. And let me get the eggplant. I can definitely make 2. Okay. Let me just make one more net, and then I'll have enough to build 2 of the tier 2 flower spreaders. Okay. So it takes 46 energy. Alright, let me just take some of these plant multipliers out and build the tier 2. And of course there's a meteor shower while I'm doing this. Terrific. Well, at least it's just a normal meteor shower, so it's no big deal. And I'm almost at 1.0 GTI, so Tier 3 exoskeleton will unlock. And I still have ways to go for Tier 4 heaters. And also, I still have ways to go for nuclear fusion. Which nuclear fusion would be a big help, but I have to wait patiently. So there's a 1 GTI mark, and let me see, what do I need for Tier 3 exoskeleton? Osmium Tier 2, super alloy, and uranium. So super alloy rod, uranium rod, 2 osmiums, and then of course the Tier 2 exo. So outside of making the super alloy rod, the rest of it's pretty straightforward. And let me upgrade this to a Tier 2. Put the golden seed in. And yeah, that will definitely increase everything. And I do have, and let me just check this out real quick. Let me build one more Tier 2 since I already have the essentials. Okay. So now, you know, let's go back to the osmium cave. Had that mining extractor going for quite a bit, and let's see what the yield's going to be on that. It should be interesting, and I'll just pick up some stuff along the way from meteor showers. So far everything is just progressing. I mean, it's not as fast as I would like, but everything's progressing smoothly. Especially since the whole struggle at the beginning, just trying to survive and have sustainability with a food and water source, and now I can comfortably like set myself up, build a main base, and then do all the boring material gathering. And this miner has gotten a lot of osmium. That is great. So let me just go back to my main base, go back and drop this stuff off in the storage lockers. And nothing really valuable that I should swap out my inventory items for, or even drink some of the water. Okay. Let me drop this osmium off. Build some super alloys. And also, now that I think about it, I'm definitely going to be needing more uranium, so might be around time to launch another uranium rocket. But let me just do some resource gathering first. And how's the unlocks going for the biolab? So we have tier 2 unlocked. Tier 2 food grower is going to be a while. Beehive is the next thing to unlock. Okay. And it's kind of funny, in biomass, you can unlock a tier 5 heater and tier 5 drill instead of their regular counterparts that unlocks in oxygen and pressure. Oh, that one cracks me up. Alright, let me gather some algae because I used a ton of it for the fertilizer. And then I will gather some of the foods and just store them in lockers for future projects. Yeah, I was getting pretty low with the algae. Okay. Let me just get my bearings straight. Alright. And, yeah. Let me see these food growers. They look like they're almost ready, or some are ready. So, I will pick the eggplant and mushrooms real quick. Also, the squash. And let me just organize this and put all this food where it belongs in its inventory lockers. Okay, done with all that. Drop this fertilizer off, obviously. And oh yeah, let me see about the methane gas. I almost forgot about that. And some water. Yeah, because a lot of those biomass resources and that I have to build, especially like the bacteria samples and the fertilizer. Yeah, I'm gonna need quite a bit of stuff. All right. Oh yeah, and also the bioplastic. Let me just take some for myself. Let me get some tree bark samples, put them in a locker. And I also have this DNA manipulator. You know what? I will build that at another time, because I'm just having my power grid can't keep up with it. So I'll just put the tree bark and bacteria samples for right now, and the bioplastic, because I have to build storage lockers for them, and I'm just too lazy right now. So the one main thing, I'm running low on uranium. So I think it's about time I launch another uranium rocket. Since I have all the essentials that I need. And that's what I'm going to do. Mainly because why the hell not? These little rocket launches, they never get old. Alright, and that one's away. Did this meteor shower start a little bit too prematurely? Hey, whatever. Okay. Yeah, and it was kind of stupid of me to stay on that platform with some of those rocks whizzing past me. I know, it was stupid. Alright, where did it break up? Is it down here? Alright, let me go to another spot just to see where it is. Oh, that's from the previous meteor shower. Back-to-back meteor showers. So one was an event. Okay, so the first one was uranium shower. This one's just a normal... Yeah, it looks like a normal meteor shower. Nothing too special in that. Just gotta watch where I'm going and hope I don't get hit. Or in layman's terms, play dodgeball. And geez, sometimes these get a little too close for comfort. So I'm just gonna hang out in here for a little bit until it's done. And is it finally over? Yeah. Yeah, this is why I stayed inside, guys. That's a little too close for comfort. So... And there's the zeolite cave, which is a big plus. Alright, let me go to the aluminum mining extractor and get some stuff out of there to make more super alloys. And I should... Yeah, that should be plenty. Let me go back. And I also want to go to the ozmium cave and pick up some stuff there. So... Alright, let me drop all this stuff off and that, and then I'll head to the osmium cave. At least I know this time around in that there's quite a bit of osmium that was mined already, that was extracted. Alright, let me head over there real quick. and get that stuff and that because I am definitely going to be making more tier 4 drills so I can proceed further through the terreformation index. And I am a little low on cobalt, so I'll just gather some up. And now I'll go check out that mining extractor in the osmium cave and see how it's doing. Oh, you better have a good yield. Oh, that's a great yield. And I just had enough room in my inventory to get everything. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay, guys. So that is definitely a big accomplishment, getting the tier 2 mining extractor up and running. And I will definitely be building more tier 4 drills. So it's definitely nice now that I don't have to skimp on the osmium since I am mining it now. And let me just build some more super alloy because I'll need 6 of them for every tier 4 drill. But yeah, that's pretty much gonna be it for this episode. And that it was mostly just sort of resource gathering, slowly upgrading the equipment and that. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this episode and that, and stay tuned for the next one where this terraformation index process will keep on going. Until next time, see ya.